This is VCC Connection, and my name is Ray, and thanks for joining me today. The last time I spoke with you, I talked about not being anxious or worried or fretting, and it causes trouble, and we still do. We fret about situations and people and get ourselves into messes, and I'm afraid I didn't take my own counsel on that one. And I found myself fretting again, worrying. And this time it wasn't about someone. And it wasn't about a situation. It was about myself. And no, I wasn't worrying about my health. But I was worrying about my relationship with Father. I was worrying about, was I doing the right stuff? Was I praying enough? Was I reading scripture? Was I sitting with him? I didn't think I was. What kind of Christian am I? I'm a mess. So, all those thoughts are rolling in my head. And God stepped in my imagination. And I saw myself upon a path. And suddenly, this lion rose up on that path and blocked it. Now, the lion didn't look at me. If he did, I really would have been afraid. He just stayed there, blocking my path. I couldn't go forward. It was like God was saying, Ray, don't go down that path. Stop beating yourself up. Stop worrying about what you are doing and what you're not doing. Don't go down that path. I can still see that lion, huge, blocking my path. Well, I didn't go down that path anymore. I stopped. And then he brought to my mind things that I needed to remember. That it wasn't whether I spent a half an hour in prayer or 3 minutes. I was looking into his face either way. It didn't matter whether I read a whole chapter or a couple verses or some days none. He would speak to me. He would reveal things to me, and he does. What was important was that my face stayed looking at him. That when I walked out of the house, I released him to those around me. So just saying thank you to the clerk at the store, saying to a person at Walmart, you helped me out, thank you, might be the only good thing they heard all day. And that's what he wanted. I was to stop judging myself, stop comparing myself, stop worrying about what I was doing or not doing. I think a lot of us fall into that a lot of the time. God, to me, he said these words, I like you right where you are. I like those moments you glance at me because you ravish my heart. I like those moments when you reach out for me and we sit for whatever time it is. I like everything you do, Ray, because you look at me. So I encourage you this week, stop beating yourself up, stop worrying, fretting about whether you're doing enough or not. Instead, just keep tuned into him. Keep looking at him. Keep holding on to him. And then just walk. Go about your business. And I bet, one, there won't be any trouble rattling around inside of you. And you'll be at great peace with him and yourself. So, thanks for listening. Have a good week with Jesus. And I'll see you next time.